and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Weston Racing, and welcome back to another episode of Monster Truck Diecast News Weekly. How are you all doing this week? Hope it's going well. And you've probably seen that this week we have not very many number-wise for headlines, but we do have a lot of large headlines that we're going to be covering today. We got one for Hot Wheels, one for Spin Master, and one for our auxiliary brands that are pretty big. They're pretty big headlines. So, yeah, lots of cool stuff we're going to be looking at this week. As always, I thank you all for being here. It's a lot of fun to make these videos. And with that being said, let's waste no time and get right into our first section of the video, which is the Hot Drops, where we take a look at all of the brand new stuff that has started hitting stores. Well, I say I've decided to change Hot Drops because I know a lot of people hate Hot Drops already just because I put it before the headlines, which, impatience, hello? I'm sure your five-second attention spans could use a little exercise here. But the other reason why I'm dropping Hot Drops a little bit here, we're only going to cover one thing per week. So like the biggest new thing of the week is usually what we're going to cover. Unless if there's multiple, then we'll cover multiple. But I'm really trying to shrink down the Hot Drop section just because I don't know. I really feel like it's not that popular in the first place. But anyways, Hot Drops, all the new stuff. And this week we really only had one important new one, and it was Series 4 of the Marvel double packs, as you can see here, which was the Venom versus Spider-Man and the Sentinels versus Wolverine packs. I don't know. Not a great set, in my opinion. Pretty disappointing. Only one new identity for this set, which that's come to be expected at this point, is that every Marvel wave is only going to have one new truck and the rest are all just going to be forgettable re-releases. But with that being said, that is that. Let's go ahead and move on to the part of the video that you all care about. Well, of course, it's the headlines, where we take a look at all of the new and awesome stuff that is going to be coming out in the real world. Well, we actually have a couple of interesting headlines today. Lots of clothing. Quite a bit of clothing. Not like multiple clothing headlines, but like one of our headlines today has to do with a clothing brand teaming up with a Monster Truck Diecast brand. It's really interesting. In total, we have 4 different Diecast brands that we're covering today, and we're going to go ahead and get started with the first one here, which is a brand that we have never covered before in this series. Jada is doing a monster trucks line by the sounds of things, which I don't know what this entails, but as you can see on screen, the first monster truck that they're doing in this line is the Ecto-1 from Ghostbusters. And yeah, I have a feeling all of those like diecast nuts out there, specifically the ones that collect Jada or Jada, I'm pretty sure it's Jada. But what's really interesting about this is, like, you know, this is going to be a hard one to find, I have a feeling, because Jada is already a really popular brand with adult collectors. And now that they're introducing monster trucks into the mix, this one's probably going to be hard to find in stores. I already have people admitting they're going to be scalping the hell out of these. So, yeah, that's going to be interesting to see. And being honest, I think this is actually pretty good. I'm going to be completely honest here. I think if Hot Wheels would have done an Ecto-1 monster truck, I don't think it would have looked as good as this. There's something about having that OG 80s chassis underneath the truck that looks really good. So, yeah, I really like this design-wise. It is going to be a 124 scale by the sounds of things, if I'm not mistaken. I wouldn't think they'd do a 164 scale, not with that much detail. Unless maybe it is a 164 scale. I actually have no clue. I didn't look into it, but yeah, it looks like a 124 scale. So there's that. Let's go ahead and jump into our next headline. And this is about something really cool, but the item itself, I think, is really bad. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Monster Machines has gone silent for a little bit. The last truck that we received from Monster Machines, if I'm not mistaken, was the Robo Shark, which was the new Canadian monster truck that debuted recently. I'm pretty sure that was the last one we received. Well, we have our next one ready to go here, and we already knew what it was going to be because I revealed this a couple weeks ago, but we finally have official pictures because it is officially out. With Fowler Motorsports, we have the new monster machine, which is Gunslinger. That's right, Gunslinger from Monster Machines. Here's the thing. There's only one good thing about this truck, and that it is Gunslinger. Other than that, I think this looks terrible. I will be the black sheep here and say that this looks terrible. First off, I want to just point out all the details here. First off, the render on the back of the package features a Gunslinger on a trophy truck body. Here's the thing. Gunslinger has ran that paint scheme before. Gunslinger has also run that body style before. Them two have never coexisted. So where did this render come from? Is Ricky Fowler planning on running this design in the future? Who knows? All I can say is they're literally using a picture on this package of a truck that never existed, which is a crazy start. But there you go. Lionel, NASCAR Authentic Monster Machines, A+ seal of approval on the quality there. Absolutely horrific. Next thing I want to point out. The truck in the package is on a pickup truck body. It doesn't even have the same body style as the truck pictured on the box, which crazy. And you want to know what's really funny? Is that Monster Machines has a trophy truck body. Just like all of their pickup truck bodies and SUV bodies, they just stole Mattel's, and they have literally Mattel's exact design for a trophy truck that they have used on the veteran first responder plane for keeps. They have a trophy truck body and they didn't use it on this. So that's insane. Like, already, this is just crazy. And I think the thing that really blows my mind, this isn't even what the real-life Gunslinger looks like currently. So they didn't even use the current design, which is really bizarre. I don't know. All of this for a 1 of 2,500 release. A limited edition release of probably one of the worst trucks that Monster Machines has ever pumped out. I gotta say, I think it's cool that they made a Gunslinger, that they're honoring Scott Hartsock, that it's actually Gunslinger and not Slinger. But you know what? I gotta go against what everybody says on this truck. It looks horrible. They did a terrible job with this. Monster Machine should be ashamed for ruining a legacy like this. This diecast is garbage. But that's my honest thoughts on that. Are you guys going to be picking it up? I know I probably won't, because for $35 I'd expect better quality than that. But yeah, really disappointing. I am super disappointed with this release, and I'm curious what you guys think about this. You guys are going to have to let me know. Are you guys in the same boat as me and you think that this is an absolute waste of money, or do you think this is really cool and you'll be grabbing it? I don't know. All right. So there's that. Now let's move on to a big brand that we all know and love. It is, well, I say know and love, but I can guarantee only half of my current viewership watching this video loves Hot Wheels. I know I love Hot Wheels. Hot Wheels is incredible. And at this point, I'd almost say they're just as good as Spin Master, if not better. But Hot Wheels made an interesting announcement recently. They have partnered with clothing brand Puma, which is kind of weird. Very strange collaboration. But yes, Puma X Hot Wheels Sharks versus Dinos is a thing now, which is kind of strange. Now, there are a lot of items that were revealed with this collaboration. I'm not going to show all of them because we would be here forever. So if you follow me, or if you follow the Monster Truck group on Facebook, go ahead and check out tonight after this video is posted. You guys will be able to see the full list of items that have been released. I'm only going to show part of them here. Like, for example, you've probably got the Mega Rex shoe on screen. There's some shirts, like this Tiger Shark one that's pretty cool looking. You got a hat, which is pretty neat. Now, what should be said about all of this, by the way, is that it's all youth sizes. None of this is for like adult sizes. So unless if you have a very young child, you're probably not going to be buying any of this anyway, which I think is super disappointing, because some of these items I myself would love to own. I think these are cool, but I don't know, man. It was just really disappointing to me to see that this was all just for kids. I get that, like, you know, monster trucks usually are associated with kids, which I think is ridiculous. And that, you know, the diecast themselves are targeted towards children. I don't think the hobby as a whole should be targeted towards children. One t-shirt, one Tiger Shark t-shirt in adult sizes, perfectly fine. I would have had no complaints. But I think, like, my problem here is that they targeted all of this towards kids. And I don't know. I feel like Hot Wheels and Puma here missed the real target demographic of their stuff, because I can guarantee in my audience watching this video right now, we have Mega Rex and Tiger Shark fans with us here today. So, you know, I don't know. I feel like it's a bit of a missed opportunity. But anyway, there's that. Like I said, if you want to see the full list of everything that has been released, go check out the post on Facebook. Alrighty, this is the big one right here for Hot Wheels. For those of you who have not been on Instagram and have not been on Facebook, you probably haven't seen this, but Case M of the Hot Wheels Monster Trucks mainline has been officially revealed. And for those of you who follow Hot Wheels Monster Trucks very closely and pay attention to all the stuff that's going on, you will know that this is the final case of trucks for 2025. You are about to see the final mainline case of 2025. It is all done after this. And there's a couple things I want to point out here as we go through it, but yeah, keep in mind, this is the final set. These are the last ones we're getting. So let's go ahead, and like usual, we're going to start with our Sharks and Dino truck. Then we're going to take a look at the other three, going from, in my opinion, worst to best. Starting off, we have our Sharks and Dinos truck, the final Sharks versus Dino truck, the final Team Shark truck. I'm sure this has made the rounds everywhere, but here it is. It is the Team Shark Gangster. We all knew it was going to be Gangster. If you follow the show, which I don't, I just made a really lucky guess last episode that it was going to be Gangster. But yeah, it's Gangster. And here it is. I got to say, it's definitely better than what I was expecting, but I'm still not a fan of it. I don't know. I'm a huge fan of Gangster in general. I think it's a cool truck, but I am I wasn't expecting this to be good. You know what I mean? And yeah, it's not great in my opinion, but it is definitely better than I was expecting at least. Alrighty, now let's take a look at our next truck, starting with we're going to take a look at the normal mainline ones next. But before we do that, can we flash back to Saturday when I uploaded an unboxing video? Because in the case I wanted to review today was the SoCal Crusher, which is a truck that I have been really looking forward to opening and reviewing because it's a really nice looking truck. Dare I say, I might even say that it looks super. Wink, wink, wink. Yeah, that's SoCal Crusher did look pretty super. Anyways, here's our first truck of the new set. Superman on the SoCal Crusher body. And it's not just any Superman, it's the Superman for the new movie, which, if you guys haven't seen the new movie, it's really good. I really did like it. It might be one of my favorite, if not my favorite superhero movie of all time. It's great. So the fact that they're making a commemorative truck for that movie is awesome. My only complaint is that I feel like it's kind of weird they use the SoCal Crusher design. I find that a bit weird. I feel like there's a couple other designs that would have worked well for Superman. I'm not saying I hate this totally. I actually think it's fine. Yeah, that's my thoughts on that. And for those of you wondering, why didn't they use the Superman character car? Well, that's because they used that for Supergirl. The Supergirl monster truck is the Superman character car. They're the same casting. So they can't use the Superman character car because they wasted it. Which is very weird to me that they did that in the first place, because, like, why didn't you just do Superman the first time around? You know what I mean? I don't know. This is very weird. But yeah, there's Superman. I really like this. I think it's going to be fun to get this one in person. Our next one is actually pretty cool. It's another Hot Wheels casting turned monster truck here. It is the Jeep FC. And I like it. It's a 1950s Jeep pickup truck, and I think it's a cool design. I like the casting. The paint scheme's all right. I wouldn't say it's my favorite thing in the world, but it's cool. I like it. And then our final one here for the set, I guess you could say our final Hot Wheels monster truck of 2025, is a very interesting one. It is called the Dual Engine Destroyer. And yes, it has an X-ray body. Super cool that they're doing X-ray bodies again. I hope Hot Wheels in the future does an X-Racers monster trucks series in the mainline, like they did with Monster Jam. I would love to see them do that with some of their designs, like an X-Ray Bone Shaker, an X-Ray Tiger Shark, those, or just X-Ray versions. Maybe that's what the 2025 series is going to be. I doubt it, because I've heard rumors I've heard rumors about what the 2026 thematic series is going to be for Hot Wheels after Sharks and Dinos. But yeah, this is the Dual Engine Destroyer. It looks pretty good. I think it's neat. I do like that translucent body. That's really cool. Now, here's what I want to say before we keep moving forward. This set, because it is the final set of the year, if patterns have taught us anything, will include a treasure hunt. What the treasure hunt is yet, we don't know, because we won't know until it hits stores. If I had to take a guess, I have a very high feeling. After putting some thought into it, I came to the conclusion that I believe the treasure hunt, the final one of the year, is going to be a white Ramblin' Wrecker. Much like the Milk Monster that we got, which featured the OG Dairy Delivery paint scheme, I think the final treasure hunt of the year, if I had to put a guess on it, is going to be Ramblin' Wrecker with its OG paint scheme from the Hot Wheels line. I think that would be really cool. I personally would love that. It's either going to be that, or it's going to be a Bigfoot adjacent truck. So it's going to be a new Snakebite. It's going to be Wildfoot, maybe, would be pretty cool. Maybe Bigfoot Shuttle even. The reason why I don't think it's Wildfoot or Bigfoot Shuttle is because, again, I've heard rumors. I think it could be that, but I don't think so. And you're going to see why here in a second. But yeah, that is everything that I need to say there. That is the final case of trucks for 2025, which means for both Spinmaster and Hot Wheels, the full 2025 main line has been officially revealed. Also, we do not have pictures of the back of the package on these because The source that these images came from, Ice Cat, got them from overseas. And the problem is that because they came from overseas, the person who outsourced them did not include pictures of the back of the package. So we don't have that yet. However, I will tell you Bigfoot #1 and Jurassic Park Tyrannosaurus Rex are in this set as well. I don't know what the other 2 re-releases are, but yeah, that's just what we know. However, I will actually know by next week. So by the next week's news video, I will know what the full lineup is, and I should have a picture of the card back for you guys because I've been told that I have a source that can get that today. Here's the deal. Why I'm telling you all of this is because next week we are going to skip the real world action section of the video next week. And the reason why we're going to do that is because we're going to replace it with an entire section of the video dedicated to checklists. You guys really like when I include checklists in my video. So what we're going to do next week instead of real world action is we're going to do a full checklist for the 2025 Mainline for Spin Master and Hot Wheels. Every single case one by one so you guys can get checklists and you can keep track of what you have. And then all of the real world action trucks from next week are going to appear in the week after. So we'll just push those back. That's just giving you that heads up right now, just because I do not want to see anybody in the comment section of that one video saying, you skipped the real King Crunch debuted a new design and you didn't cover it. Yes, it's because it's going to be covered a week later. I'm warning you guys now that that's what's going to happen. But anyway, there's that. It's jam time. Ooh boy, starting us off for Monster Jam this week, we have something awesome. If you were disappointed by the Hot Wheels Monster Trucks shirts and hats not being available in adult sizes, well, we've got a Monster Truck related shirt that is available in an adult size, and I gotta say it's pretty awesome. Hot Topic has a brand new Gravedigger shirt, and I gotta say, this is my favorite one that they have done yet. This one, I don't know what that was. This one looks awesome. I love the font. I love the fact that it's black and white. It looks so good. I would kill to have this shirt, and I am going somewhere that has a Hot Topic in a week or so. So yeah, I might end up with this shirt. We'll see. I would love to get this shirt. This thing looks so cool. But yeah, I wanted to cover that real quick just because, I mean, how could I not cover that? Look at that shirt. It's incredible. So there's that. Let's go ahead and move on to, we're going to cover some rumors. Now, you may have heard me mention Wildfoot, Bigfoot Shuttle. I want to cover some rumors real quick that I have been hearing. Just to kind of sum it up, since this is technically would be the halfway point for the year, I want to cover these rumors that I've been hearing, and then we're going to go to the final Diecast headline, which you guys probably know what the final Diecast headline is anyway, so let's just go ahead and get through the rumor. Because I am associated with so many Diecast websites, Diecast sellers, outsourcers, and maybe even a couple companies here and there, the problem is that you get a lot of rumors going around, and people associated with these companies will spread things online, accidentally say something, and the problem is that it will eventually cause a huge mix-up to happen where a bunch of news will get spread around and these rumors will begin to spread. So what I have decided to do is I have decided to piece together a list of every single rumor that I have heard and mark the ones that are confirmed and the ones that aren't confirmed. So I'm going to put this list on screen. Now, I'm going to tell you all right now, this is a list of 2025 rumors and 2026 rumors. Everything that has stars attached to it is officially confirmed to be happening. Everything that is not marked with stars, it is unknown whether or not this is happening, okay? So here we go. I'm going to start with 2025. Here is the list of 2025 rumors that I have heard. Starting off, Classroom Crusher is getting a mini. Again, this is not confirmed, but I have heard from a couple sources now that in Series 20 or 21, because we still have 2 sets of minis to go for this year, Classroom Crusher could be making an appearance in mini form, which would be cool to see them do that because, I mean, think about it. We got Lucas Stabilizer, Thunder Roarus, Digatron, Bailey Circuit, Rec Deck, I already said Lucas Stabilizer, Classroom Crushers, all these different trucks that have debuted that have not gotten minis yet. Normal minis. I mean, obviously Thunder Roarus and JCB Digatron got the wild minis, but you know what I mean. Anyways, Classroom Crusher could be getting a mini in the future. Underneath that, Reptoid Monster Machine. It has been said by a couple people that Reptoid could be the next truck after Gunslinger to receive a Monster Machines release. Again, this is not confirmed. We don't know if this is true or not, but there have been some things hinting towards it. Underneath that, Straight Up Racing Monster Machines. This has actually been confirmed. So Straight Up Racing, for those of you who don't know, is Reverse Racer, Cali Kid, Rockstar, that new cement mixer truck that we're waiting on, 10,000 Pound Hound, Scully, Craniac. I think all of those are Straight Up Racing, if I'm not mistaken. We could be getting diecasts of literally any one of those trucks at any point from Monster Machines, because apparently a deal was signed. Actually, I think it was announced that a deal was signed. We're just waiting to see the diecasts at this point. So that'll be really cool. Maybe what they're going to do is they're going to do what they did with the Triple B Motorsports trucks. I hope this isn't the case, but maybe they're going to do what they did with the Triple B Motorsports trucks and do like a Christmas thing where it's releasing all of them all at once on Christmas, the full lineup. I hope they don't do that, because if you guys remember when they did that for the Triple B Motorsports trucks, almost every single one of those trucks looked horrible. They did a terrible job, which coincidence that Triple B Motorsports gets the worst looking diecast out of the entire lineup when Triple B Motorsports was the ones who technically started Monster Machines. Irony at its finest. But there's that. Next up, new overboard variant from Spin Master. This has been word of mouth. I don't know if this is true or not, but according to things that I've heard, somebody at Team Garner Motorsports said that overboard is getting a new Spin Master release. Could it be the red one? Black one, maybe? Perhaps the Stars and Stripes one? Who knows? Who knows? I sure as heck don't. That's why I didn't mark it with the stars, because I don't know if that's true or not. Underneath that, Rhino Mike becomes a real truck. We knew that this was happening since last year, and now we're just waiting on it to happen. It is supposed to happen before 2026. Rhino Mike is supposed to come a real truck, so there's that. Rec Deck 124. I have heard from sources that Rec Deck will receive its first ever release as a 124 truck, and it should be the final case of the year this year. However, that is not confirmed, because Bryce Kenny, driver of Rec Deck, said that the first ever Rec Deck is going to be the 164 scale release in January of next year. So, again, who knows? This is all speculation. We now move on to 2026, and this is where some exciting stuff had kind of been revealed. So, getting into it, Rec Deck 164 will be in Series 45. That has been confirmed. It's going to be in the first set of 2026, and it is going to be probably revealed by November this year. We'll get to see what it looks like in package and stuff and talk about it. And in that same set of Series 46 is going to be Nitro Neon Northern Nightmare, so that's also cool as well. The two trucks they missed this year have been pushed back to next year. Cool stuff. Underneath that, Bailey Circuit playset. This has not been confirmed, but there are rumors that something Bailey Circuit related, whether it be a playset, a thematic release of some kind, or whatever, is there. Bailey Circuit and the Ringling Brothers are getting something. It could also totally be a Ringling versus Bailey Circuit 2-pack. That could also be a thing. Who knows? All I heard was that Bailey Circuit has another new release coming next year, and it's not going to be a normal singles release. It's going to be more than that. So that'll be interesting. Stars and Stripes Series 2. This has been confirmed, question mark, because it has been said that the Stars and Stripes trucks are returning at next year's World Finals. So the whole Stars and Stripes thing that happened this year, that is coming back next year as well, because for those of you who don't know, they're holding the World Finals again on 4th of July next year. And next year is also the 250th anniversary of the United States of America. So again, it kind of begs the question, why did they do Stars and Stripes this year? That doesn't make any sense. But yeah, they're doing it next year, so that's going to be interesting. We are probably going to get more trucks. In fact, like I said, it's starred because I'm pretty sure we are getting more trucks. I've heard people say it. Next up, Mayhem Diecast, brand unknown. Yes, we are getting a Mayhem Diecast in 2026. From who? Who knows? But Chris Kohler himself confirmed Mayhem is getting a diecast. Hot Wheels Stars and Stripes series. This has not been confirmed, but it is heavily speculated and rumored that because next year is the 250th anniversary of the United States of America, Hot Wheels will be reprising their Stars and Stripes series. And if that's true, I can't wait. That is going to be awesome. And then our final one here, Hot Wheels Wildfoot and Bigfoot Shuttle. Again, not confirmed, but I have heard rumors that those are coming as well. So there you go, everybody. I just wanted to cover all of those just to kind of give you an insight into the stuff that I'm hearing, but not necessarily seeing. But I want to just re-say all of this. All of these are rumors. However, basically, if they have stars on them, that means they're rumors with some proof attached to them. Still not 100% confirmed, though. So basically what I just want to say is, don't believe everything you see on the internet, because everything I just showed you could end up being fake. It could all be wrong. Who knows? We'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, there's that. Let's go on to our final headline. And you all know what the final headline is. Do I even have to say it? It was probably the biggest headline of the week. A lot of people were really excited about this. In fact, we talked about it last week. So let's just go ahead and look at it. The fourth Superstore truck of 2025 is here, and it is one that we all knew, we all love. It is the Purple King Sling, or as it has been officially referred to as King Sling V2, version 2. Which I think is a much more formal name than Purple King Sling. So that's really, really cool. And I'm going to start referring to it as King Sling V2 because I think that sounds cool. So yeah, it's officially here. And you are looking at the little promo that popped up. And here's the actual in-package picture. I got to say, I love the fact that they're still using the square package design for the Superstore trucks. It looks so much more formal that way. It would be cool to kind of see them in the new package design, maybe with like the render of the Superstore truck at the top. That would be neat, but like at the same time, I just think that this is too perfect the way it is. I think if they change this, it would look weird. So yeah, King Sling V2 is officially here, limited edition, 1 of 5,000. It looks good. Honestly, I'm going to say it, probably the best Superstore truck of the year so far. I'm going to say it. I think this is the best one of the year. Don't get me wrong, I really liked Unicorn Day Sparkle Smash, but this beats Unicorn Day Sparkle Smash, no questions asked. This thing is awesome. But yeah, there you go. There's my ranking. King Sling V2 is number 1. Sparkle Smash is number 2. World Finals number 3. USHRA number 4. Like I said, the USHRA truck was cool, but man, it did not deserve to be a Superstore release. That was such a lame truck for a Superstore release. But anyway, there is that, everybody. That is the end of the Diecast news. We got 2 new real life trucks that we need to look at. So let's go ahead and jump into that. In the final section of the video, which is the real world action, which will not be featured in next week's episode of Diecast News Weekly. That is another reminder for you guys right there. So we had 2 new trucks debut recently, and if I'm not mistaken, they are in fact 2 brand new, never before seen trucks. So let's go ahead and take a look at the first one, which was Midnight Panic, I think is the name of it. So here's the best picture that I could get of Midnight Panic. I really didn't do a good job getting good pictures of this truck, but yeah, it was originally meant to be a mud truck, and then last second they turned it into a monster truck. And I'm not gonna lie, at first glance I thought this was Michaela Tolochka's Beautiful Chaos, the finished design. It's not. It's actually a completely new identity that just looks like Beautiful Chaos. But yeah, there it is. That's that one there. Nice square body. I like square bodies. It's cool to see that they're still going with the square bodies. And then this one was really fascinating. You remember a while back, we looked at a truck called Moonshiner, and I kept calling it Whiskey Business on accident. Well, from that same team, we have a new truck from them, and it is called Inferno. And no, this is not the Monster Jam Inferno. This is a completely different Inferno. It's different. I wouldn't think Monster Jam can sue them for this because I'm pretty sure the copyright expired. Actually, I don't think it's U.S. patent copyrights. I don't think they can use it. I don't know how that works. I literally have no clue how that works. All I know is that via looking at copyrights and stuff, I found out that Sparkle Smash and Thunder Roars are getting baseball caps on the Superstore here soon. That's really all I know about copyrights. Other than that, I have no clue how they work. Anyways, this truck actually looks really awesome. It gives off very much early 2000s Monster Jam vibes, and I love that a lot. Like, this honestly just looks like a scrapped Monster Jam Inferno design. I like it a lot. It looks good. So yeah, that one's cool. And they're pairing that up with Moonshiner, which was another truck that I said looked incredible. So it's honestly, whatever this Aussie team is here, they're cooking with their truck designs. They look really good. And with that being said, everybody, that is all we got for today's video. Yeah, cool stuff. Like I said, next week, we're going to bring up the checklist. And I'm pretty sure we should get our first looks at Series 20 minis here soon. So that'll hopefully confirm if Classroom Crusher is actually happening. And yeah, basically for Hot Wheels at this point, we're just currently waiting to see what the final glow-in-the-dark truck is, what the final color shifter is, the final big rigs for the year, maybe one more trophy champion, and then the treasure hunt. And that's pretty much it for Hot Wheels this year. We're almost done for Hot Wheels. Like, they've only got a couple items left, and then they're done for the year, and we finally get to start seeing the 2026 stuff, which 2026 Hot Wheels, man, I am excited to see what they're going to bring us. And I think we all can collectively agree Speedmaster 2025 was easily their worst year. Speedmaster has done terrible this year. I saw somebody make a post on Facebook a while back saying that 2025 was easily their best year. Every single point they had in that argument was just straight up factually wrong. I don't know how you could make an argument that this is their best year. They did terrible this year. Hot Wheels, on the other hand, prevailed. 2025 for Hot Wheels, they've been killing it. Absolutely incredible year for Hot Wheels. Probably their best so far. It's been insane. But yeah, I'm glad that when Speedmaster decided to fail, Hot Wheels decided to prevail. So I also did not intend that to rhyme, but that worked out really well. But yeah, there's that. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next episode of Monster Truck Diecast News Weekly. Good day and good news.